Empty nest syndrome. What is the gray divorce revolution? Lisa sent her youngest son to college last September and lost her husband at the same time. Lisa's other half has been unemployed for 6 years, and she relies on her savings to trade stocks and take her children to after-school activities. The nest is empty, and the factors that maintain the marriage are gone. Over the past year or so, Lisa has been working as usual in the United States to save her own pension and raise school fees for her children, while her other half has returned to Taiwan to be with her elderly mother. The two have decided to end their marriage, a marriage in name only. Debbie, 52, always thought she would stay engaged for the rest of her life until her 2 daughters went to college. She found that she and her partner had become inseparable and had no common topics or interests, so she filed for divorce. Empty nest made her face the problem of empty marriage that existed for a long time. After her marriage, she had been busy taking care of her family and daughters for most of her life. Debbie decided not to compromise in an unhappy marriage and to take care of herself in the future and live. Times have changed, and one marriage for life has become a myth for the post-war baby boom generation. For couples who have survived the 7-year age safely, the midlife crisis coupled with empty nest has become another difficulty for marriage. In Guangshan, empty nest divorced people like Lisa and Debbie are not an exception, but an increasingly common phenomenon. In an empty nest marriage, the couple not only lacks common topics, but also no longer tolerates the long-hidden shortcomings of the marriage. Without the shield of children, some couples have a long-term Cold War, and some have quarrels since childhood. Old and new grudges come to the fore. Be careful and you may end up getting divorced. According to a research report Gray Divorce Revolution conducted last year by Lin Yifan, a Chinese sociologist at Bowling Green University in Ohio, and Susan Brown, a professor in the same department, they found that in the 2 decades from 1990 to 2010, the divorce rate for people over 50 in the United States has doubled. The survey, which analyzed census results, found that in 1990, 200,000 Americans over 50 ended their marriages in a year. By 2010, 600,000 Americans over 50 ended their marriages. Although sociologists discuss the phenomenon without investigating the causes or seeking solutions, Lin Yifan said that relevant research has proved that empty nests do pose a great threat to marriages, especially couples who in the past focused on their children and neglected to manage their relationships. Lin Yifan said that her survey was not limited to ethnic groups, but regardless of ethnicity, marriages in the past were about growing old together. But now individualism and the pursuit of happiness are at the forefront, coupled with society's greater acceptance of divorce. It is all gray divorce background. The results of a 2011 American Association of Retired Retirees AARP survey report on divorcees aged 40 to 79 coincide with the findings of Lin, Yifan and Brown's Gray Divorce Revolution. AARP's research found that mature men and women choose the biggest reason for breaking up with your spouse is not an affair, but the inability to bear the long-term verbal, physical, and emotional harm from your spouse. In addition, the key considerations for mature men and women in deciding whether to divorce are, first, their children, and second, their children. The second is the wife's financial ability in the marriage. The survey also found that 43% of those who want to leave and delay leaving for more than 5 years do so for the sake of their children. In the fall of 2010, Yang Shui, a Chinese immigrant from Maryland, couldn't adapt at first when he sent his only son to Yale University, 7 hours away from home. I used to be like a top. I was my son's personal driver, spinning around Chinese school, playing ball, band, and community service. When my son left home, I suddenly became overwhelmed. I wanted to call him every day to see how he was doing today. What happened? This year, a Chinese immigrant from Victoria sent his eldest daughter to the College of William and Mary, 3 hours away from home. He would often walk into his daughter's room unknowingly and touch around, thinking about what her daughter is doing now. Is she eating well and adapting well? How about it? The most exciting part of the day was receiving a call from my daughter. Yang Shui and Shan Shan are both suffering from empty nest syndrome, which is a seasonal flu that is unique to a single community. There is no specific medicine, and the only antidote is time. Yang Shui, who has been an empty nester for more than 2 years, said that what she has learned over the past year is that parents should be mentally prepared to develop interests early, expand their social space, participate in club activities, and have life plans. She is very grateful to her partner for his thoughtfulness. He often arranges trips and never misses good movies or operas. He helps me get through the empty nest period smoothly. He is a big contributor. Taking precautions before they happen is also the advice given by experts after similar research on empty nest divorce came out. Dr. Gail Saltz, a psychiatrist at New York Presbyterian Hospital, reminds parents to take precautions to minimize the damage of empty nest syndrome and successfully start a new chapter in life. The characteristics of parents at high risk of empty nest syndrome are summarized as follows. 1. Those who have separation anxiety and are afraid of change. 2. Stay-at-home parents. 3. Parents who are facing retirement, unemployment, or menopause. 4. Parents who are worried that their children are not ready to leave home. Suotsi said that giving yourself ample time and distance to take off is the key to avoiding crash during the empty nest period. The preparations you can refer to are as follows. 1. Prepare for the empty nest in advance and discuss the future with your children. 2. Get to know you again, to rekindle the spark of love. 3. Make a list of dreams for the rest of your life and realize them one by one. 4. Avoid major changes, such as moving or selling your house. 5. Communicate with other empty nesters to learn from each other and warm each other up. 6. Advance early, equip children and train them to be independent in life and finance. Zhu Ruzhen, a Taiwanese immigrant in Florida, is a parent who is slightly affected by the empty nest syndrome. She believes that the key is to let go. This fall, I sent my third child to college, officially an empty nest. Zhu Ruzhen said that she began to learn the lesson of letting go bit by bit when her oldest son entered college more than 4 years ago, including letting children make choices and letting children make mistakes. This lesson I learned the third lesson along the way, and it's finally come to an end. Zhu Ruzhen said that she suddenly had a lot of time during the empty nest period, and she was still looking for the best way to use it without going to work. However, in recent months, she and her partner often did impromptu things, such as taking a flashlight to the beach after dinner, go for a walk or go shopping. When I wake up on weekends and see the bright sunshine outside the window, I will drive an hour to a scenic spot I haven't been to in a long time to relive old dreams. I have been living a well-organized, diligent, and efficient life for the past 20 years. Now that I have entered the empty nest period, I feel much more relaxed. Alright, this part of the story ends here.
Want to know what happened next? Let's listen to the breakdown next time.